somebody asked a question this week on the YouTube channel, where do I find events? I want to answer that question for you in this video. Now, if you have a question about local newsletters, put it down in the comments. We do answer them either directly or with a video. So this tool here is Perplexity. It is an AI tool and it is very, very good at research. All you have to do is put a prompt in, and this is going to be able to search and find events or news that you could put into your local newsletter. So I put a very simple prompt in here, and you could make this more complicated, more detailed if you wanted to. But I've just had give me 15 events that are happening in Hackney, London, because this is the location of my newsletter this week between Monday the 16th and Sunday the 22nd of June 2025. Now, Perplexity is designed for research, but if you don't give it specific dates, then you're going to find that you'll get information that is not relevant. So if you're just doing a general search, like for example, in one of our newsletters, we have a charity section. So I can ask Perplexity to find me 100 charities which are in or serve Hackney, London, and that would be fine because they don't rely on a particular date or time. But because I'm looking at events, I only want to include events in my upcoming newsletter that are between these particular dates or whichever dates you want to do. So make sure you are putting dates nice and clearly and the year as well if you do have information that you're looking for that is time sensitive. Now, what you can do in Perplexity here, you've got search. I should mention I'm in the free version here, so you can just see how it works. If you start using Perplexity for more things, then you might want to actually get the pro version. I personally have another tool that I use that uses lots of different AI large language models under one roof, and I'll leave a link down into the description so you can check that out. We've got research. Now, I'm not doing deep research, so I'm not going to use that one here. And then we've got labs as well, which you can use when you understand Perplexity a little bit more. But if you're starting to take this information and turn it into other things, that's what labs is for. Now, we can choose our model. So we can decide exactly what model we want to use within Perplexity. I'm just going to leave it on best for now. And again, as you learn to use these tools more, then you might decide to change that. Then I'm going to select the source. Now I am going to include social in this one here because I do want it to check in places such as Reddit. I'm not going to attach anything and I haven't needed to dictate. So then all I'm going to do is hit the button. And then what Perplexity is going to do is take the information from my prompt and then it's going to search for events. So it's going to search through websites, but what it's also going to do as well is search through social media, such as sites like Reddit. Now what I can do here is I've got all of these links that I can click. I've got all of these images as well that relate to my search, and I've got all of the sources that I can check out as well. So what I'm able to do is open these links as websites, separate tabs I should say, if I want those. I've got images which I might decide to use within my actual newsletter, and then I've got again the answer here. Then what I can do is I can go through all of these and I can check out what these are and I can put them into my newsletter. So what I'd be doing is I'd be taking this information. Now I have a particular way that I like to write my events up in my newsletter so they always have the same format. So I would be cutting and pasting this into that separate tool and then it will write it exactly how I want it to be written. What you could do is you could take this, put it into ChatGPT, or what you could do is write out your own way. It depends how you want to write your newsletter, how much AI you're using, which for me means how much time I want to save. I mean, this could be a 3-hour job for me. I've got this down to under 15 minutes writing my weekly newsletter. So what we can do is you can see, we can highlight it, we can add to follow up, or we can check sources if we want to. But now we've got a list of 15 and I can then either share these, I can export them. So I can export them, put them into a separate AI tool in order to write them out in a particular layout I want, or we can rewrite. I can give some feedback, and again, I've got this copy button here if I want to copy it. So this would be export if I want to sort of put it into a document format. This would be if I just want to copy it into a different tool. The other nice thing about Perplexity that you get is you get related questions, and these are really, really useful because they'll give you a little bit more guidance on how you can use the tool in order to get better responses. So we've got what events are happening in Hackney this week that relate to arts and exhibitions. So you might break down your event section into different parts, or you might have an arts newsletter. What live performances or festivals are scheduled, which again is going to help you find what's relevant to your particular audience. What family friendly activities, what food festivals or markets, what comedy shows. So what you can do is you can just click on one of these. It will ask that question and give you the answer, and then you'll be able to put that information in, so you can see all these places that it's checking. You can also put that information into the events part of your newsletter. So you can pick out some from this list, and then you can go down and you can pick some from this list here. Again, we've got more related information, or I could just go back up here and maybe I want to know about the family friendly. Maybe I've got family friendly section in my newsletter, and then it's going to do exactly the same thing. So I've run out of pro searches now, so I'm going to have to wait a day to get some more information. But again, because I put those dates in there, I actually done enough research using Perplexity for the week. I've got all this information in here. I can still go out and check all of these websites if I want to. So I can click on these and it will give me information. Or if I just go back up, if I click on the numbers down here, then what it's able to do is it's able to take me through to the original source. So I can still use Perplexity. I've just run out of the pro credits. I'm now on the completely free plan. But like I said, if you want to get the pro plan all the time, I do have a suggested tool you can use that's down in the description. And as you can see here, it's now telling me that I can create a space with this, so I can even organize the research and save it for future searches. Now, because I'm going on to next time, I'm not going to necessarily use this for a future search, but what you might want to do is save some of these questions that you've been using so that you can recycle them in a future set of research. So this isn't the only thing I do to find events. As you can see, you're going to get some great results, and I find it's a really, really, really good starting point and does a huge amount of the work for me. So I hope you found this video. Like I said, any more video useful, I should say. If you have any more questions about local newsletters, just drop me a question in the comments and we'll get it answered for you. We'll see you in the next one.